Hi everybody, this is Diane. I'm here to just talk about the next journal project, which is going to be some little golden books. I'm pretty excited about getting back to doing some little golden books. They're so fun. So, sorry, I was looking at my camera. Okay. So these are the ones I'm doing. Amos Learns to Talk. This is actually a Rand McNally elf book, but this has been in my stash for a long time. And every time I go through my collection and do some purging, I think I really, really, really want to do this book. So why not just do it? Let's just do it. It's so cute. And this one I want to do because since I got this book, and I'm not a particular fan of skunks, but I like this book. It is so cute. And since I got this book, I have been setting aside anytime I see a skunk image, and it's surprising how many skunk images I've found. So I want to get this done so I can use up those images, and I'm going to show them to you in this video. This one is a special one. This is going to be for my daughter. She doesn't watch my videos because she's too busy, but so I can tell you, this was one of her very favorite books. I told you that Bialowski Bear was her favorite, and I did make her a journal with that. And I've made her a circus journal. But this was another one of her favorites because she was my big enough helper. And it is so cute. So I found this at a vendor mall a while ago. And I decided to buy it for her so I could make her a journal. So that's going to be a Christmas present for her. So, and I actually have 2 of these skunk books, so I'm going to make 2 of those. So now I'll show you some of the supplies I've gathered, and then we'll look at the skunk images, and then we're going to look at some fabrics. I brought out some fabrics here to go through and try to pick some out to go with the covers. So this is a shelf liner that I thought would be cute in the duck one. I was looking for wrapping paper, and this was in with the wrapping paper, so I pulled that out. I pulled out some greeting cards, so I'll just make some selections as I work in the journals. I did find a few ducks. I knew I would, so I'll pick out a couple of those. I want to do black and white where I can find it, but I haven't really come across any black and white as I'm looking for supplies for the skunks. But I have this one that might go in, and the poodle. And then just some basic stationery. So I just pulled some stuff out because I'm not really set on color schemes yet, so I'm just pulling out a bunch of stuff. So I pulled out some wrapping paper, just some that I thought would go well in any of these journals. And book pages. I didn't want a lot of book pages because I'm going to be using the book pages, but not all of them. This one I'll use the whole story because that's the special part of this for my daughter. And I think I'll use the whole story in this one just because it's unique. I never see this one. And so I thought it would be cute to include the whole story. And this one, well, I guess I'm going to include the whole story in this one too, I think. But I don't know. This only has one signature. I've never seen one of these little books like this. They're all together. So the story, in order to keep the folio page, the story wouldn't be together. And I don't know what I'm going to do for pages. I might just use a few of the pages out of this book. Okay, so then I just pulled, I do have some black and white pages with fonts, typography to use. And then I have these. I thought I'd put one in each book. They're just education pages that someone had used. I have these lined pages that came out of a modern journal that somebody sent me in a Happy Mail. I like the colorful pages there. I'll take some of these music student pages and use. And then I have some of my pattern books, the children's pages that I could use. some little cutout pieces too. I don't know if I'll use those. I just grabbed a stack of pages. I didn't know these little ones were in there. And some ledger pages. I have this amateur radio log book I can use, but also some plain ledger pages. Now this is the paper that was on a roll. It was Recollections paper that I got at flea market. I'm going back. This lady is having her sale again this Friday. Well, tomorrow, the day you see this video. So I'll go back up. I don't know if she'll have any more, and I don't even know if I'll buy any more, but I haven't even finished cutting off the rolls. There's other colors that I didn't look at before I started this video. I don't know what's there. I had cut these quite a while ago and have them under some books to flatten them out because they were on a roll. But I love this yellow for the Amos Learns to Talk book, the duck, and this one also. I think these lacy ones are Martha Stewart. So I'll use some of these. I just brought the whole stack in. I'll definitely use the yellow ones for Amos. I have some colored lined papers that I can use. I did find this in my wallpaper. Black and white and animals. So I'll use this for the Skunk book and this one. And this one. Oh, sorry. I chose these for the duck one. And maybe these for the Big Enough Helper. I don't know yet. One thing I want to do, I did pull some papers from those new paper pads that I got on my last 2 trips up to the craft stores. But I did want to go through this fun one, the Different Perspective pad from Park Lane, which is a Joann's brand. I wanted to see these, if there was anything in here that would be fun. I think I took one of these out for the Skunk. Well, I guess I didn't pull it because I wanted to just go through this with you. So I'll take one of these for the Skunk book. I'll pull this out just in case I want to use some of those journaling cards. There is purple on the cover of this one. Her shirt is purple. So maybe I'll pull this just in case. It does have a design. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, looks like it's in shadow. There, maybe now you can see it. I thought I had my light adjusted the right way. I might use this one in the Skunk book. It's gray and white, but it has clouds and rainbows and eyes and stars. It's a fun pattern. Now, the Skunk book has a lot of pastels, so I don't want to use all black and white, but I'll use pastels with it too, and I like this one. Oh, I should put this one in my daughter's book. Just says, I love you. That would be a good one in the Skunk book also. And I won't use all the pages that I'm pulling. These are just possibilities. I am planning on using a lot of yellow in the duck book. I don't know if I'll use that. I could use yellow and orange. This is Yellow Crowns. And there's teal on the cover, too. I'll pull this out just in case. It's a peach background with yellow bananas. That would just be, you know, something cute and funny. Boy, there's a lot of black and white in here. This one is yellow, but it has eyes all over it. This is my daughter. Choose to be happy. She has to put up with a mom and a brother and a son who kind of choose to, oh, I love the bananas. We are more on the pessimistic side, and she and her dad he was optimistic. So that poor girl has a lot to put up with us. And she doesn't have her dad anymore. Okay, so that's a lot of paper, and I have to narrow it down. I had already pulled from different pads. I had already pulled these for the duck. I think maybe that was for the Big Enough Helper or the Skunks, because there's purple on that too. And I had some teal for the Amos book. So I have plenty of scrapbook paper to choose from. Another thing I want to do is make some more, I'm going to call them kid clusters. They were the things that I made that were inspired by Carla Frizzell, taking an image of a child or an animal and using different shapes and different pieces. There's a little tag there to make little clusters. This is an example of a small one. I've made bigger ones. And I think this is the last one I have that's made. But this is my little tray that I have the kids in one pile in different sizes of shapes, and then I have little fabric pieces. It's messed up now, but I kind of organize it when I'm working on it. And I have all the little kid pieces, and I've got more to add because I've been cutting out from a lot of books. And I'm going to add animals to this pile, and then this tray fits in here, so I just slip it in there and set it aside till I'm ready to work on it. So I'll be doing some of those. And let me show you something. I have this packet full of animal images from kids' books, so I can go through that and find images that I want to use for those clusters. But then I graduated to a large pouch full of children's images because I've cut up so many kids' books, so many images in here. Just wanted to show that to you because I love the kids' books. Okay, so now let's look at the skunk images. I do have this cloth book page with ducks that I might use for the duck book. And here are all these skunk images that I have found and gathered together since I found that skunk book at the flea market. This is from a current catalog or calendar. This is from a current craft book. A couple of pages from children's science books. There's a skunk here and here. Another calendar page, the sweetest skunk you've ever seen. I did buy this digital. It's just one page of skunks. I'll have to find where I got it from and link it because they're so cute. They're retro. They look like they're from the 50s or 60s. I have one more to cut out. So I think six skunks on one page, and I printed them twice. I don't know if I did that on purpose. Oh, because these are paper and these are on cardstock. So I would glue these down on a project, maybe on a pocket or something, and then these could be tucked in a pocket because they're sturdy and they could be journal cards. This was in a catalog or a book about collectible pieces. These little skunks. There's a flashcard and another page from a children's science book or just a storybook. These are 2 stickers and a skunk card from a Bambi game. There's only one of those. There's another sticker. And this is from that collectible book. And it's a little bank. And her purse says, "For my new fur." This is from a Bambi book. A playing card. Somebody sent that to me after I started collecting. Well, I wasn't collecting skunk things, but she saw the skunk book in my haul and sent this and I think a couple other things to me. Maybe some of these. I don't remember what she sent, but I'm pretty sure she sent that. And then I was like, oh yeah, I should collect skunk stuff for that book. And this was just in a little children's book. I have this from a game from a flea market from a couple years ago, a skunk game. So I just put the whole pad in here. I've used some of these in other journals, but I'll be using those. And this page, this is from wrapping paper, and I don't really know if it is a skunk. You tell me what you think, because it's brown. It looks more like a cartoon of a squirrel. You tell me what you think. So those are the skunk images that I have, and that's plenty. Because I didn't really want these to be themed. I like to do eclectic golden books, but this one definitely has a skunk theme. This one, I have a lot of duck images, so I will make it ducky, but I'll use other things too. This one doesn't have to have a theme. This one can be a little more eclectic, but it will have the whole story in there, like I said. So now it's time to look at fabrics. I want to look at chenille because I haven't used chenille in a while, and I wondered if I would have a piece of chenille for the spine. That would work for that one. That's not even long enough to wrap around, to fold under. I mean, I don't want it to go all the way on the inside of the spine, but it needs to fold over. That's why I didn't know. And I don't know if I want to piece them together because it would get bulky. The bigger pieces are down underneath. Oh, that's a bigger piece. And it matches this green pretty well. I might be able to use that one. This would be cute on the duck journal too. I have lots of yellow. I like that one. It's more interesting than this. If I use white for that. I have pink. She really likes pink, but I don't think I'll be using pink in this journal because it just doesn't go with the cover. She likes pink like her mama. So I don't see any colors really to use for this, so I think I'll use this one. So I guess I don't need to look at any fabric. I'll just use chenille. That was pretty easy. Use that and that, and I think that's the same as this. I'll just use this one. Okay, where are we time-wise? All right, so I'm going to talk about how I prepare the pages of a golden book if I want to keep the story intact, as in this one. For those of you who haven't seen me do it before, because I have done it, I've talked about it on other videos. So I'm going to number the pages. I have two. This is how golden books are set up, unless you get the really old ones. There are two signatures in a golden book, and each signature has three. This is called a folio. The full spread, that's a folio. When you put them together and fold them, that's a signature. So each signature has three folios. And of course, if I take this out, part of the story is missing. So I have to make sure this page is going to come after this page. It doesn't have to be right together like this, but there can be other decorative pages in between. But if I read this, but please, Mama, may I help you wash today? I want to read this one next. After I turn a few pages, then I'll see, oh no, oh Susie, no, not today. So in order to keep them in order, I number them, but I move the number up, not in the corner, because I'm going to end up trimming some of this. So I'm just going to lightly number with pencil. So that's 1, 2, 3. The other ones, these pages will just follow with these. Well, I should number the rest of them. 4, 5, 6. And I'll tell you why. 7, 8, 9, 10. Looks like a 6. 11, 12. I like my pages to be smaller than the cover. So a golden book, the pages pretty much fit the cover. They're with the spine on it. I removed the spine, but the pages go right to the edges of these golden books. And I like them when I make a journal to be smaller. So I will be cutting some off, either the top or the bottom. But also when you remove the spine, look how much extra page you have. And then I still want it to come inside a bit, like that. And so you have a lot of paper here. So this is an idea that Gail Agostinelli came up with, and I've been doing it ever since, if I want to keep the story intact. She folds this in. You can fold it to the front or to the back, and I do both, alternating, kind of. Okay, so that takes away some, but I still need more removed. Still, it's inside. I could leave it that way. I may have folded it more than I normally do, but as long as it doesn't take away the words, that's fine. But what are we going to do with this ugly flap? I would have this, turn this page, and then I would have other pages folded in here, including this one. Add some more pages, add this with, let's say I'm going to fold this one this way. And then this would be in here. Open that up, add some more pages, and add this one. Open this up, add whatever pages you want to finish the signature. Then I do 3 signatures, so then I have the middle signature with none of these book pages. That's where I could use other book pages, other pages from other books. And then the third signature would continue on the same way as this with these pages. That's how I do it. But when you get back here and you have this flap, what are you going to do with that? Well, we add something to it. This has glue stuff on it, which I don't think I can get off. I can pull a little bit off. Okay, so once I cut my scrapbook paper, I'll have cut off pieces, and I can add a piece to there. It doesn't need to be a full page, but it can be a smaller page that, say I have this one in here, and this one is at the front, so there's a extra page right here. I could also make that, add another piece and make that into a pocket, or just leave a page. So that's why I make sure one goes to the front, because I don't want all the extra bulk at the back of the signature. So I usually do fold this to the back, this to the front, and then this to the back again. I'm just going to put these all back together until I'm ready to deal with them. But I also want to point out, you want to glue in here so that will stay like that. So I'm going to just do that now. No, before I do that, I'm going to cut my page. So how big do I want my pages? This is 7 7/8. So I'll probably make the pages 7.5. And the width is 6 1/8. 6 1/16 actually. So I'll make the pages 5.5, because that'll give me extra space for when they jut out in the middle. And I'll add trims and stuff. So what did I say? 5.5. So after I have this folded, I'll put it on here, move it out to 5.5, and cut off the excess. And I want it to be, what did I say, 7.5? Yes, I said 7.5. So I just cut off. And this is the size I want my pages to be. So there's a little space at the top and bottom, and there's more space on the edge. You don't have to leave that much space. That's just how I do it. That's how I'm comfortable with it. And then there's when you fill it up with more pages, the pages stick out a little bit further, and of course you can trim them. But I like to have breathing room here and to add some trims. And I don't mind the trim sticking out beyond the book cover, but this is just how I do it. So let me see. We still have some time. So I'm going to cut some pages that I know are going in this book. I think I need to include this one because it has the words "You Are My Sunshine," and I used to sing that to her. Even though I think I pulled this for the Duck Journal. There's more of it. Where's the one? This one I definitely wanted to be in hers. And a purple one. Okay. So I'm going to cut these papers. The page size is going to be 5.5, so in order to double it, that's 11 inches. So I'll cut this to 11 inches by 7.5. Then I'll have this page to add to one of the flappy things. So I'm going to do that with you after I cut a few of these. Take this part off first so I have that whole thing. I'm going to see if this was in a different color. I should put this in her book. She used to work at a roller rink when she was a teenager and hung out there a lot. We had people at our church, a family at our church that owned the local roller rink, and so when she was a teen, she hung out there and worked there. Oh, this was one I wanted to put in her book. But what color did I pull out? Oh, it's the same color. Oh, it's got the rainbow. Okay. She has a black cat right now. There's all the words. Maybe there's only one color of those words. A lot of times they'll repeat the same pattern in different colors. Yep. Okay. But I think I have plenty of pages for her journal. I want it to go this way. Yep. You are my sunshine, but that's going to be folded. It's right down there. Got the full phrase right there. Okay, so now I have some pages. I'm going to just stick some in between my book pages just for examples. They will be moved later as I work on the pages that I just was showing you how to do. Because I'm going to use some of these pieces, and I want you to see what they look like with pages in between. So here we have the first page. I'm going to glue this. I still have time to do this. Not much. That's almost out of glue. Okay, just in case I cut some of that out, I did glue all 3 of these pages. I still have the other pages from the other signature to do, but that'll be later. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still in the order they were in the book. I didn't cut these at the top and bottom. Okay, I may have edited some more out because I had to trim these pages. So I'm just putting one scrapbook paper in between each folio of the story, just so you can see what it looks like with pages in between. And you can see how they get wider as you go. And I might end up trimming some more of some of those. But for now, let's see, what are we going to do with the flaps? So I'll take the first page, and I'm going to take one of these pieces. And like the pieces that I wanted horizontal for the story, they're going to end up vertical if I use them like this. But I don't care, that's fine. Because all of these are oriented in they're directional, that's what I should say. So I'm just going to add this right here. So I'm going to cut this to 7.5 inches. And glue it to this. Now, if I wanted to, I could trim this smaller. I've never done that before, but I was just thinking about it. Because if I make a pocket out of this, put another piece here to be a pocket, it's going to have this to get stuck on. But she doesn't use her journals. She likes them, but she doesn't write in them. But she'll still take out whatever I put in there. She'll take it out and look at it and put it back, but it's not like she's continually doing that. So I have that page, but you still have the flap showing. You can glue this part to the front or the back, but you'll still have the flap showing. So I just take another piece, and I could just glue a lined paper for journaling here, which I think I'll do that for this one. So I'll just find a lined paper or ledger paper or something. I have lined paper here. Well, you get the idea. For this one, I'm just going to glue a lined paper there, and then she'll have a place to write, although she won't write. So then I get to the next flap, which is facing this way. And maybe on this one I want to make a pocket. So I'm going to try trimming this shorter. It's already glued shut, so it's not going to hurt anything to cut some of it off. So I just have a little flap. The signature is going to be sewn in right here. Now I'll make a pocket on this one. So I could do a sturdier paper here if I want to. Okay, I found this cardstock paper out of a paper pad, and I'm going to use that to glue to the flap. And I want the music signature part to show. I'll just cut this to 5 1/4 and 7 1/2. Then there will be less of a bump in the way for putting things in the pocket, if you know what I mean, with this being shorter. I used way too much glue on that. And I usually don't start working on this kind of stuff until I have all my pages cut. But I had time on this video to show you what I do. So this could make a pocket here. You Are My Sunshine is right there. So what I think I'll do is, to decorate this, I can cut a little frame or something to put around that. So after you add this on, I have done this as far as like assembling my pages. Before I sew them together, I have put them like this so that I would put a page in here. That's not the way it needs to be. It needs to have something in between both pages. So you need to make sure that you put it together that way. It's not that complicated. It might sound it now, but it's not. So now I have one. See, I did it there. And there will be more pages here. And here's the flap page. And here's page 2. Page 3 has a number right there. Then 4, there will be a flap here. So There'll just be a flap here, an extra page. 5 and 6. So I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, let me know. And I'll be back for another video in creating these journals. Thanks for coming along today, and I'll see you soon. Have a creative day. Bye.